YouTube? Above Average Cody here, coming to you with some viewer VOD review, the series where we go over some viewer gameplay and give them any tips that we have to help them improve and hopefully climb rank in the Halo Infinite ranked arena. Today we have some Gold 6 gameplay from Discord member Breaks, who left a really nice little message at the top asking for a VOD review, so I'm more than excited to do this one. I'm glad to hear you guys are enjoying this series. Again, if you want to enter VOD to be reviewed, we have a channel in the Discord for VOD submissions. You can join the Discord in the link in the description. But without further ado, let's dive into this VOD review. God, that rhyme actually went pretty hard, I'd say. And guys, with every VOD review, I ask the person to kind of tell me what they think they need to work on, and Breaks actually said that he needs to work on his aim. At least he's honest about it and says he's working on it. And then also ending up in a lot of situations where he is in 2v1s, which you don't really see in Gold 2 too much, because in the Gold lobbies, granted this is high, it is Gold 6, you see a lot of people kind of just run around the map solo, and then you run into other solos. So I have a feeling we're going to see a bit more teamwork in these lobbies than we see in perhaps lower Gold lobbies. Now right here, you're kind of playing really far back and really early on OS. It is Slayer, so you don't want to fly out too fast. And now you're moving up sandbags to see if you can get some info here. Which is good because, again, there could be any enemies around in this area of the map. There are a lot of fights going on down bottom pillars, pillar door back there. So it's safe to assume that somebody could be roaming around here. You see snipe go off, so you throw the two nades. Good job picking up these other two, because I'll be honest, right here, you're kind of just wasting two grenades, and not just because that one was a bad throw, but you see snipe go off, and you don't really want to just throw grenades like that because you're kind of just wasting them because you don't really know where that enemy went. But you pick up the other two off the pad, so that's completely fine, and you don't leave them there for any enemies to potentially pick up. Again, throwing some grenades here without any real idea of if they're going to hit an enemy, but I like that you are pocketing one grenade. Always keep one in the pocket if you're going to blow the other one in kind of like a guess type area. And now you're pushing out here. I like how you're using your cover, and even though you have two enemies in your vision, you have help from the teammate that just grabbed OS, which you came back over to help on, and you also can just back out around this and just let them pick up kills. Fantastic sequence here. This is something a lot of Diamond players don't even have in their arsenal yet. I want to walk you guys through it here because this is really important. So again, most people just fly out and just start shooting up here. You're at a severe disadvantage. You don't have the high ground. You don't have cover. You have nothing of the sort here. Right here, Breaks holds the cover. He knows teammates grabbing OS, and they're looking at him. He does not have to back out. These enemies are not looking at him. He can just sink free damage here. And now as they turn and start putting in damage, teammate with OS moves up. Breaks gets one shot. He can back out. He has even more help coming in. He can just chill back and let the assists come right in here. Very good sequence. And now moving into Garage, I really like the reticle movement too. This does not look like Gold 6 gameplay. No disrespect to any Gold players out there, but take notes. I like the reticle movement. It is moving a lot. It is very ready to go, and your tracking seems to be pretty decent. I can very much see that you have been doing a lot of aim practice. Here, I like that you're moving on pillar, and you do actually jump out into a 2v1. Although it ended up being a bad play, it wasn't necessarily a bad decision, because if you look here, after you kill this fella, he's actually shooting a teammate right here, right? So your teammate's right back here, fast, right? So you're going to jump up. You should have help from behind. Even if he's getting his shields back, you're kind of jiggling this pillar, buying time, which is a perfectly fine play to make. Maybe don't jump out here. This is a bit risky, but again, you still have this enemy shooting at you behind cover. And you see here, now you see the two, you slide out, and at no point are there shots coming from your buddy back there fast. And right here, we can see he is actually running away, going down to key door. And this is actually something you see from teammates in just about every rank below Onyx 1600, is people just don't want to help out in gunfights. If you guys watched the last VOD review, we talked about hearing gunfire and going to it to help. And again, Breaks, this is your VOD review, but I just want to say as like a teaching point for anybody trying to learn this game better, if you are this player back here, you need to get your shields back, or at least be very careful and sink damage in here for Breaks. Now, Breaks, in this situation, in gold lobbies and platinum especially, you kind of have to plan for the teammate to not help you out. So right here, you're taking what you think is a 1v1. Right when you see this fella here, you need to back up. Back up and get into a area where you have more of an escape, right? Because you're not going to be able to easily get out to sandbags. There's a chance that they have help down on B, top mid, or really anywhere. What I would do is back up, try to push with your teammate away, because you guys are up 7-5. So you dying here actually puts you guys at a disadvantage almost on the map. And now they're actually just going to move up and secure that control here. And I didn't even notice you guys are actually playing a 4-stack. Breaks did say he has no comms with his teammates. Comms could have probably helped you guys out there because you could have told him, like, help, or whatever, you know, fighting top A. And maybe he would have just run away on you like that. Anyways, coming off spawn here. Moving in towards A. Going towards your teammates. I like the movement. And I will say, you're doing quite a bit of unnecessary jumping. You're stopping once you get into a gunfight, which I'm glad about. Right here, you're very much out in the open, but you're doing your best to help out your teammate, which is fine. Nobody's immediately shooting at you. And see all these little jumps you're taking through the field here. Moving around the map, sliding, jumping is fine, but maybe not like doing it all the time, because I can see it's quite a bit of a habit for you, it seems like. I'm not even sure how much I jump around the map, but a lot of times you don't really need to jump. Again, sliding and coming out of the jump can be a little bit faster. It can be a little bit quieter too, eliminate some footsteps, but you definitely don't want to just be like jumping out in the open. Here, good job trying to get back into cover, but what actually kind of did you in was how far you jumped out into the open. So you jumped across the entire doorway. And again, it's safe to assume you have no teammates in your vision here. So it's safe to assume there's going to be a lot of enemies here. So when you jump out that far, you focused on this fella and you did actually see the one on your left quite early. Just have to be alert of that. And although you help them get this kill, you actually get done up pretty good here. You forget that you don't have any grenades, and it turns into an unfortunate loss. You did have all the help in the world here as well, so just have to be a little bit careful. Because, again, you saw this fella here very early, so you have to have the awareness to be able to snap down to this guy here, because this guy is not going to be shooting at you. He is fighting with this dude back B. He's fighting with this dude top nest. So if you're able to stop tracking this guy and instantly snap to this guy, you can probably put enough damage into him where he gets nervous. He feels like he has to back up, and then that's when your teammates will come in to help and pepper him. Because your teammates had this guy more than under control. But that's one of those split-second decisions. You have to be very quick, and you have to react very quickly and be aware of it. But just an unfortunate loss in the gunfight here. Now let's go into you spawning up here. Little hesitant on where you want to go. Again, always look at your teammates. You kind of pick up on it in a little bit. And now you look back, you see the spawners. This is very good here. So, again, use your teammates to dictate where you're going. You see one here, so you're going to try to move up. You're actually going to check bottom tunnel. You're a little indecisive on if you pushed out too far, so you're going to turn around. You see you have somebody back cut, so they're not going to spawn there on you. Your teammate's going into A to block the A spawn, so it's safe to assume they're going to be out B, maybe even nest area, which you find quite quickly, and you overextend. Now, I think you had the right thought process to figure out where the spawns were, but you didn't really put it all together. And I say this in my gameplay quite often, is trust your instinct. Trust your instinct. I can tell you did all the right checks here, right? You're going towards your teammate. 2 dead in the kill feed. I even recommend making your text a little bigger. It can be a little easier and make the kill feed a little more prominent, so you have to pay attention to it. Again, you look back. You see you have a teammate there. Where you are, chances are they're not going to spawn here. Your teammate's rushing in, blocking the A spawn. So that only leaves maybe back mud, but more than likely nest and B. Which, again, I think you have it in your head that they're going to be out here. So you push out a little bit too far, and you're met with literally 3 people looking at you. Just an unlucky sequence. Again, you already showed me you know how to hold your cover. If you are going to check this spawn here, just go out and peek the wall. See, you do your slide and jump. Now you're way too far out in the open. This is something I really had to drill in my head. When you are checking an angle or even challenging an angle, it does not have to be this aggressive. Even if this is a 1v1, you have a shot of losing this just based on how you started this gunfight, because it is so hard to get back and get to that cover. So peek this wall here. Just poke out, take a quick peek. The moment you see 3, back up, and then with good comms, that's where you would call it out. Because again, these guys are 4 stacked up. They're probably all chatting. It's not hard for them to be like, oh, one big door. They're all just going to turn and look at you, and you're evaporated right there. So just a tough little sequence there. Now you're spawning at B. You see one teammate in A. I love the checks. Again, always look for your teammates if you're not sure where to head. And your teammate actually got a kill there in A. So you see another one in A, possibly still fighting. You do the quick check to your left. You have one over here on Nest. So you make the move into A to help your teammate, and you're met with one that is weak. Textbook move off spawn. Very textbook. Teammate actually moves out and ends up going down, and you need to know that there is another one roaming. Again, you did a great job learning where you should move, using your teammates to dictate where you should go, but you need to act on what happens after that, right? So you come in and get this kill. So that's 2 dead based on what we saw in the kill feed here. So you have to think there's still 2 roaming the map, right? Teammates running away, maybe not in the right direction there, and he goes down. Now, you just killed this fella, so whoever killed him, it's safe to assume he knows where you are. He's going to come from here, or more likely, he's going to come from scoreboard. You don't really check scoreboard here. You just go to ADSing top mid, which you have no info if somebody's top mid currently, and you end up actually getting backsmacked by the fella. I think that's the same one that did kill your teammate. It was not. It was one of the other ones. But again, you just have to be very aware of how many are up, because now you guys are, I believe, 2 dead with 1 spawning up, so it's 2-2 on the map. That's how quickly it can lead to, you can lose an advantage and can turn to even, or even going into a disadvantage. Just have to be more aware and think about not only where you should move off spawn, but what is happening on the map to dictate what could possibly come and offer you kind of some opposition to eating up space on the map. Now you see you have two teammates top C. That's a mouthful right there. You actually catch one out big door. Fantastic kill there. Yup, check your bottom mid. You see nobody. Check out OS. You see nobody. So it's safe to assume that they are either roaming loose on the map or they are pinned back A. Now you look up and you're actually gifted with one right here. These kids are kind of lost right now. Do not be afraid to grab that snipe. I like how careful you're being with it, however. Nice face skin on it as well. It's one of my favorite sniper skins. Unfortunate miss with the sniper there. Good job backing out towards your cover. And great job getting that kill. Just from this gunfight on your aim, it doesn't look that bad. You're really not far off here. Just try to do a little bit better job with your tracking. It looks like you might even be a little bit heavy on the right stick here because of the way you're doing all these little micro adjustments. And instead of just gently tracking towards the enemy, you're doing these little heavy movements within your aim. So just try to smooth that out a little bit. Maybe just go a little bit lighter on the right stick and just try to focus more on using that left stick to keep it lined up, which there it would have been tough. I recommend, if you just watched my aim drills video, go into an octagon and only use your right stick. That teaches a lot of control and a lot of discipline on the right stick to avoid those little heavy movements. Alrighty, now spawning up here, you can see you have 2 dead. You kind of wait and see what you should do. Teammate is just literally running out. He has no idea what he's doing or where he's going. He's literally just playing team deathmatch here, looking for an enemy. You're pushing very slow and methodically, which I like to see. You're kind of trying to gather some info. You see your teammate moving out, so you move up with him. This is definitely what you have to do in these lobbies. I'm not saying just sprint out and die with your teammates, but if you see your teammate just moving up, it's just really not the time to play slow, because you're able to hopefully extend his life by pushing out and helping him with whatever gunfight he's about to engage in. Here, Confident Chow out on tower. Good job getting back. You back him down. Checking, making sure there's none wrapping on spawn. You're gifted with another one. Easy kill there for you. Hold the angle. And guys, this is the big advantage of checking angles, because even if you're not getting info in the comms, it's not always as easy as just like, oh, they're going to be over there. Sometimes you do have to get info, and this is where, if you do not see somebody, check a different angle. I struggled with this for a really long time in my gameplay, but Breaks does it right here. Gold 6 lobby. He's already surpassed me when I was in low diamond lobbies. He checks. He gets no info. He's not going to keep staring at it. He's going to turn, go to the next angle. Gifted with info. If he did not turn around, he would not have caught a glimpse of this guy, and he would have waited until the teammates were already engaging him to know he was over there. Instead, he engages at the perfect time, great timing to help out and also get the kill. They're 2 dead. You can push the pressure a little bit. And I'm not sure what you have your X button on. I don't know if you have paddles or anything or if you play claw, but I feel like since this is the second time you've missed the pickup on an item, definitely just make sure you have easy access to hold X, or if you know there's something on the ground, just go out and be ready to hold that X button. Again, I don't know how you hold your controller, but... So you know Snipe's there. That grenade unfortunately bounces right back to you. Good aim there, helping your teammates out. Good damage. And now you should have the 2 enemies spawning up, but there shouldn't be any immediate pressure here, so you can kind of chill out and just hold this area. You have a teammate top tower. Again, you don't have to panic. You're panicking, throwing grenades. There's really no immediate pressure because, again, keep in mind the kill feed. You guys had 2 dead going into this gunfight, I believe, and you just killed the other 2. So the other 2 should be spawning up somewhere. And you were getting shot, but that was from back tunnel, so they aren't pushing immediately. At least I hope they aren't, because they are definitely down on numbers here. Throw 1 grenade there. I like the quick check while you grab sniper. That's a good job. Always looking down angles. Now you know they're over on OS. However, you're pushing towards sandbags, and you're caught out on A. And you're running right back towards A. Okay, so this sequence, again, you're being a little panicky here. So you are up 29-21. You had numbers. You guys can kind of do whatever you want here. So when you grab this snipe, again, good job checking the angle. And then you're actually getting shot from OS. So you have a teammate top tower. So you know enemy on OS. All right, if that's the only info we have, we can go from there. So what you're doing right here is you have 2 teammates collapsing on that overshield side, and you're kind of moving out towards A, away from your teammates. You're kind of checking out B, and now you are getting shot from A. You try to get away. You're running back towards A, towards the enemy spawn, and you actually get shot in the back. And you get killed from somebody that was actually coming from dummies. This very well could have been the one that was on OS. So... that was definitely the wrong direction to run right here. When you grab snipe, you do not want to go full sprint with snipe. I've done this plenty of times. It's just not, it's not the way to play with sniper. You can fly around, do the lucid quick scopes, you know, or the no scopes, I should say. It's just not really the way for most people to play. So you have snipe here. You're getting shot from OS, right? You have your teammate top tower. So when you get to the top of cuts here, why not just turn and chow OS from C plat or even chow dummy ramp? You could even just back up, turn around, and chow cuts because you have help from top tower. So you have to think about how you can put your teammate in a position to be able to help you. But when you run this way, you're basically cutting off all help and you're going out solo. You even have your 2 teammates pushing towards OS. So if you would have jumped up and chowed this, all 4 of you could have potentially been looking at this enemy on overshield. Instead, you move to the opposite side of the map away from your teammates, and you actually get shot in the back. Because, again, the enemy's going to spawn A. They're going to be in A because that is the only open side of the map, and you're too late to block the spawns there. And it's very easy for them to just chase you, get the kill. And although your teammates pick up this kill, this was a very, how you say, a very useless life here towards the end. Because, again, from the time you grab this sniper, you don't do any damage. You get info. You have info, but it comes down to how you act on it, and all you did was kind of run away. Again, not trying to be mean here. I'm just trying to, like, drill it in. You've done a great job sticking with your teammates, looking at your teammates, so just keep doing that, especially when you're up this much. I understand you're up a lot, but this is how you get those good kill-to-death ratios. This is how you get those big wins that are going to help you rank up faster. So no matter how much you're up, no matter how confident you feel with the sniper, keep playing around your teammates, make those plays to work with your teammates, and even if you're not getting the kills, you're not dying, and you're chilling, you're putting in damage, and that's how you're going to make the game come very easy to you and also your teammates here. Now, coming up off spawn, you still have a 10-kill lead here, and you're kind of just chilling. Again, I like the twitchiness. I like the angle checking, but sometimes it really is as simple as chilling in one area and getting some info, which you are trying to do right now. Teammate died on sandbags. You have to figure out where he died to. You're getting shot from Kedor. Good job getting out and challenging a different angle. And now you're here to help your teammate. Good damage. They're actually going down. And this is kind of just a whole cluster here. Definitely a whole cluster. See, and so You guys kind of trade out evenly, which is fine when you're up this much. But to avoid all of this, I'd love to see you guys just like hold a plat or something, right? Because once you guys move out like this and start scuttling all around, that's when they can rat bottom tunnel. They can rat up from B, and that's how they get behind you, and that's how you kind of get sandwiched out in the middle of the map. And that's how you end up in a big cluster gunfight like this. So see, so now you're getting shot from bottom key door. Your teammate's down here. Your teammate just died on sandbags. You move into A where you think it's safe, and you guys are able to actually get a kill here. But you have one ratting up back A now, so you're trying to shoot him. I wouldn't even chase this guy here. You're making the chow here, and now it's basically a 1v, however many are in A, and you end up getting a trade. Just very sloppy and very confusing, and these are the gunfights you see down here in gold. So to avoid this, just keep your team on one side of the map, just gather some info, and then plan your move. You don't always have to be running out trying to find info. A lot of times, especially in Slayer, the info will come to you, and then you can act on it how you'd like. And now here, you choose to play away from your teammates to kind of get a flank here. You actually catch one not looking at you. Good shots on sandbags. Teammate actually goes down in A. And now you're running back towards your teammates, dropping bottom tunnel. See, you're catching yourself in this situation again where you don't really know where to go. The game does not always have to come this complicated. If you just stay around your teammates, you know where the enemies are going to come from. But see, right when you go here, you don't really know where they're going to be. They could be A, they could have moved top mid. You know they're going to be playing around OS, but you don't know exactly what direction they're coming from. So now you're kind of doing your, like, where are they, where are they? You see some pings come up. So you decide to go for the wrap. You actually get info. You're gifted with a one-shot right here. And you have sniper again. You're trying to get away and live up. You choose to turn around and chow. Fantastic headshot. Great centering on the reticle. Keep it where you think the enemy's going to be. And you're gifted with his noggin right there in the reticle. But again, all this moving around the map, I like it in certain situations, but sometimes it's just not necessary. You're able to kind of just chill, let the info come to you. Don't always put yourself in those situations where you're like, are they coming from this way? Are they coming from this way? Because again, you always, and Brent used to preach this to me all the time, you always want to think about where the enemy is before they are there, right? So when you're playing this overshield way back here, when you're caught with this, when you catch this guy out, teammate dies A, you're 2 dead on the map right now. You don't really want to keep pushing the pressure, and I thought you were going to back up here towards your teammates. You actually dropped down key door, but when you drop key door, you didn't really check anything like pillar door or anything like that. You're kind of just chilling here. So now you don't really know where the pressure's coming from. You're indecisive. The nade comes in. You see the ping. You decide to go back this way. Again, with a lot of moving around and a lot of unnecessary moving around comes a lot of confusion, and that's what I'm seeing a lot of here. But what I really think it comes down to is you have a huge lead in Slayer. I get it. Again, it's easy to just kind of be like, oh, I'm just going to keep pushing the envelope, keep pushing the pressure. But your teammates aren't really doing that too much. So to put up these very good kill to death lines, you have to play very smart with your life. And you don't always want to be pushing out into situations where you're not really sure what's going to happen or where the spawners are. Like right here as I'm talking, you need to know that they're going to be over here on big door, and you actually get killed. You don't get that trade. That is very unfortunate. So again, what I'm preaching here, just slow down, play with your teammates, and secure this big dub. That's how you get steaktaculars. That's how you get great stat lines. Instead, you're flying out. You're helping your teammate. You did a good job backing him off and helping him preserve his life, but you're not preserving your own life. You just keep flying forward. You go for the kill. You're getting shot from B now, and you unfortunately end up going down. You always have to keep yourself in check. You always have to keep making those smart plays. And again, that's how you get a lot of kills on the board, a lot of damage on the board, and most importantly, not a lot of deaths here on the board. Even though you're up by a lot, you're destroying the other team. You can't just keep like fast. Like, see, I like this. You're kind of holding one area. You're putting in damage. Now, right now, you know there's nobody behind you, right? You know there's nobody back window. You actually push out. You check your big door before you chow it. And now you're shooting on sandbags. You unfortunately got done up there, but you did maneuver that fight a little bit better. Just play your cover a little bit. Again, you're playing overconfident out in the open right here. use the cover, keep the area to back out of. You would have gotten out of that fight probably unscathed. Not unscathed, you would have been damaged quite a lot, but you would have been able to get out. And what is your KD here actually? Right now, you're actually 9-9. Easily, this could be probably 9-5 in my opinion, because you've had quite a few deaths that really just didn't have to happen. And the hardest part of your gameplay is eliminating those easy deaths for the enemy team. You can see now here, you check the scoreboard, you're 9-9. You're playing much slower. If you played like this more often throughout the game, I think it would have led to a much better stat line. Now, again, I'll wrap this up by saying it's not always bad pushing the fast pace, but you need to know when to put your foot on the gas and when to put your foot on the brakes. There are times to play fast, there are times to play slow, and the best way to figure out how to do that is how many enemies are up on the map, how many teammates are on the map, what's your positioning, and everything of the sort. That is how you're going to best learn how to push your pacing. I'll be honest though, for a gold 6 player, and no disrespect calling you a gold 6 player at all, that's just the rank you're at, you look very good. Your aim is consistent. You use your cover in gunfights. You do a lot of things that many gold players don't have in the arsenal at this point. You have the fundamentals. You just have to move yourself around the map better. Try to better use your teammates and the kill feed. Make it bigger text if you feel that helps, to better dictate when you should move, where you should move, how you should move, and everything of the sort. Because trust me, your aim really does not look that bad. Keep the aim practice, and that will just kind of filter in naturally to what I gave you to work on here with your pacing. So yeah, that pretty much does it for the VOD review. I really hope this one helped you out. It's very much hard to teach and learn when to move, where to move, and everything of the sort. But as you use your teammates as kind of a crutch to look at where you should go, you kind of over time start to learn, okay, that was a bad decision. Okay, I moved out too fast. Okay, I need to wait for my teammates to move up. And just finding a team with comms will help you even more learn this faster. So that's what I got for you. That's what I say to work on. And of course, keep doing the aim practice. But anyways, hope this one helped you out, Breaks. Hopefully you guys watching got some help from this as well. I've been getting a lot of good feedback on the viewer VOD review, so I'm going to keep it coming. Again, if you want to submit one yourself, VOD submissions, join the Discord through the description, and that's all I got for you guys. Anyway, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, guys, if you have any other tips for Breaks here. Breaks, I think you're very much on the right path. Just try to eliminate those dumb deaths, and you will rank up very quickly. And finally, guys, last mention, these viewer VOD reviews are completely free. I do them in my spare time for videos to help everybody out get better. But if you'd like to support channel monetarily, there's a super thanks button below. You can also buy channel memberships. It helps me out a lot as a content creator. But please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, thank you so much for all the support lately. This one was a little long, but it's like really hard to discuss the things that are like hindering gameplay in terms of pacing, timing, things like that. So I really want to do my best to elaborate on it for Breaks here and you guys watching as well. But alrighty, thank you guys so much. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.